We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the Dallas Cowboys. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First down as he gets this one up to the 34-yard line. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
And he's got some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Looking up at the lights, and he muffs it. And it's Washington that scoops it up. So not only do they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big, that's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays?
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And some room to work. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, You've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On second down, it's Pollard. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They'll look to throw here on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
Side complete. That's Jones. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the left hash, this from 34. McCann's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there, because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things, because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On play action, they'll throw. Dancing to his left. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top two teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Room here to run. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll run with Pollard. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Montez Sweat. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Sliding up, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
And here's Hoff-Richter now, the punter, as he sends this one away.
This is taken at about the 14. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on the calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41.
45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Now back to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. intercepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll set up a throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15.
They'll set up to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw.
Ball tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off right around the 43. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Pollard.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
Extra point by McCann, up and good.
And the lead is now 10-7.
McCann's got it teed up. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further.
114 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And a give this time to the tailback. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. 3 tight ends up front here. 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And Washington has retaken the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 14-10. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out right. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off near the 32. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even...
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Being chased out left. Man open, here is Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, that's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They go play action here on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Now, these 2 teams, you might remember, met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they trail here to begin the 2nd half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the 1st half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Forced out to his left. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. He'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He's able to get 6, a nice pickup down to the 21.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
2nd and 4.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Right back to him on 1st down. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
151 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Do it!
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, Two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. 15 yards.
And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Boswell good with the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Second and 4.
Escaping the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
This pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Check 4, check 4.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Steps away to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position. To actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. And Boswell's kick is good.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Watch the twist.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And oh, what a juke into space. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Rolling to his right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
35 yards that time on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. That 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off at the 23. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup. They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Washington on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, 58 is a mic. Go 58 is a flat.
Back to throw here. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. That's into the hands of his tight end, Bates. Not much there, only a yard.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. The 40. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. McCann now for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 178 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. They'll look to throw here. Dancing to his left. He will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talking about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 49. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
So a victory here for the Washington football team.
And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Washington, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.